Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage. Welcome back to episode 55 of Europa Universalis for As the Ottomans. Things are still going quite well. We're definitely in first place. Let's have a look at the great powers as well. We are beating Spain by a considerable amount, so I like that a lot. We can get a new heir, a 4-3-1, so we've got basically an 8 or a 7 or a 9. I'm tempted to go for that one, to be honest. I know it's not quite... It's only a 7, though. We'll go for the pious one. And we have to choose a name. I'm not going to go for Kenny Wilson this time, because it always seems to end up not working out well for us. Let's call this one Hardan. So we've got a loan to pay off. We don't want to spend any money on buildings if we can help it. We'll keep the conversions going while we save up enough to get some of these cores are actually going to be quite cheap to do. So we'll start them as quick as we can. We actually have a negative on our Diplo at the moment, but that'll soon come back up. Oh, we've also got the heavies out here. I'd completely forgotten about those. Let's go and bring the... those are the heavies. Yep, let's go and bring those back. Mothball them. That'll save us some money. And what are these out here? These are the transports that got knocked out at some point. We've also gained a transport, which I guess is fine. There's no real reason to get rid of it. We are going to have to upgrade some ships, by the way, though. We haven't really upgraded any ships for a long time, and some of our ships are really, really out of date. Cost us 326 gold to upgrade the transports. It will cost us 227 gold to upgrade the heavies. And I don't even want to think about how much it'll cost to upgrade the trade fleet. But let's go ahead and have a look. We actually gained a light somewhere, but it would cost us... Ouch, 1,225. Now, I don't think there's a new institute at the moment. Doesn't look like there is. The next one will be manufacturers, which I don't think has started anywhere yet, because if there is, there's usually a button here. You can see where it originated. Oh, it doesn't start till 1650, so there's another 8 years before we get the next institution. So what have we got here? The Treaty of Carsi-Serin, or Carsi-Serin, signed between the Ottoman Empire and Persia in 1635, established borders that have changed little to this day. Hostilities between the two great empires decreased remarkably following the treaty, as their relations steadily improved, until 1722, when war broke out again. However, the treaty was dusted off and renewed in 1747. Suggest full reconciliation, suggest a moderate treaty, or there will be no treaty. Suggest full reconciliation. I mean, Persia's not really a big issue, because they're tiny. So we don't really care. You are taking... Persia's opinion changed. You are taking some attrition. Can we put you somewhere where you won't? Yep, over there. Gain local autonomy. Yeah, we'll just gain a little bit of local autonomy to get rid of some rebellions. We've got a bit more admin power now. So let's go ahead and work on some more of these cores. Again, they won't take long to do, so we don't mind that too much. Our truce with Ethiopia has ended. We could go and take another bite out of them. Oh, cool. Some free monarch points. So we are slowly starting to work our way down the east coast of Africa. Heading west is going to be a little bit more difficult unless we want to attack Spain. Spain are actually fully sieging Portugal here. This could be the end of Portugal. Scotland has got England completely sieged, apart from one province that is sieged by France. So this could even be the end of England here as well. Chances are they've probably got some colonies somewhere. In fact, if we go and have a look... well, they're in a personal union with Anhalt for some random reason. But yeah, a base in India, Bombay Islands, it doesn't look like England even has any colonies anywhere. Oh yes, it is there. Has colonies in the English West Indies and Argentine. Okay, that's fair enough. And they're allied with Bavaria and the Iroquois. I'm not too sure the Iroquois are going to help you in your fight against Scotland and France, but that's fine. So, what is this rebellion? This is the Carrot Separatists. That is fine. We do have an army over here. So, we'll leave you ready to deal with any potential rebellion that might pop. And again, you see how quickly well, we did get the free stuff, but you can see just how quickly we're making those admin points. We only need another 89 points, and we've got enough to do the last 2 cores there, so that's not too bad at all. We are still taking attrition somewhere, which is you. You are in mountains. Mountains, drylands. Go down there, then. Yeah, it's pretty much all mountains, to be honest, so let's move you where you're not taking attrition. Now, once we get our last military idea, which we're not too far off from now, once we get that last military idea, we minus 10% land attrition, which will be nice, but more importantly, we also get a plus 50% land limit modifier, so we'll really be able to either increase the number of stacks or just put more cannons in the existing one, which is probably what I'll do. I'll probably try and increase the stack size. We are having some problems with supply limit, but there again, you know, mountains just have dodgy supply anyway. But mostly supply limit, we're looking around the sort of 30s, mid 30s to low 40s. So we could certainly squeeze a few more cannons on each of our stacks, and we'll probably be able to get another... I mean, we can get another 20 units out now, to be honest. So we've got a little bit of money, but what I'd like to do is, if I'm completely honest, is upgrade the ships. Let's get the transports upgraded. Still can't afford to do that. We'll probably do the transports first. Let's get the cores done. So, right, transports. You guys all need upgrading. So let's work on those. More conversions. We've got one more core to do, but we just don't have the admin points for it yet. We will. It won't take long. We've got this random little fort up here, which I don't even think we need, to be honest. Can't delete it because we're currently converting it, coring it. We're doing something to it. We can destroy that castle. I was going to say, we don't need the castle there. We don't need this one either, really. It'll all save us money by getting rid of them. Again, I don't think we need that one. Now, there is some penalty now to not having enough castles. I can't remember what it is. Or not having enough forts. Because there was an argument, quite a good argument a while back, that the only thing that you benefited from having forts was the army tradition that you got for having them. But then you got so little army tradition that as you became a larger nation, you required so many forts just to get a tiny little bit of army tradition. And when you consider that forts cost a lot of maintenance, it's not really worth it. The other thing is that if you have a lot of forts that are active, that means the AI can siege those forts and get a lot of war score. If you don't have any forts, then all of your provinces are basically worthless. So they did add a way to penalise you, but I can't remember what that was. I've also just noticed we have a free merchant. How long have we had him? Let's get the new consort. We have a new heir to the throne. So who do we want to go for this time around on the list? Let's go for Rick. Let's go and put you in there. I do apologise if, like, you're one of my Patreon supporters and your name doesn't get used as often as other people's, or, you know, you don't get seen in the game as much. First of all, I mean, I do have a list of the patrons, and I do tend to go down them in order, but because I play several different games, when you count this and Civilization and CK2, I do sometimes forget which names I've used and which names I haven't. So apologies if I sort of sometimes skip you out or put somebody else in twice. But the other issue, of course, is that I'll put somebody in and they will die before they ever really get used within the game, which is unfortunate, but there's not really an awful lot that I can ever do about that. So Rick has instantly become a navigator, so what exactly does that mean? So, plus 10% ship durability. And we've got this random person here who minus 10% national tax modifier because he's greedy. Minus 2% tolerance to the true faith. So this guy's really, really crap. I'd like to kill him off if I can, but he needs to be 60 years old, so we can't really do that, to be fair. So we lost our general that was over here. That is quite annoying. We do have a free spare one, so we'll put you in charge, just so we can go and deal with rebellions. We can do that last core. So we should be able to complete our mission for reducing the overextension. I always keep forgetting that I've still got this 30 stacks set here on Venetia, but it's probably good that they are there. So let's go ahead and take that last military idea group. So now we get that extra land force limit modifier. If we look now, we can have 279 troops, which might sound like a good idea. It might sound like, oh, let's just rush up and try and do it. But what you've got to remember is that it would actually cost us a lot of money to maintain an army of that size. Thought we didn't have enough rivals there for a moment. What happened? We don't. We are rival to the Commonwealth. We can rival somebody else. We can rival Spain. Are Spain still rival to me? Spain are not rival to me, but they are rival to France. Spain don't hate me all that much. I'm going to try and improve my relations with Spain, actually. Now, if we were to go to war with Venice, we would have a random rebellion. France would still come in. Sweden wouldn't, actually, which is nice. We were kind of expecting this one, so let's get you over there. It is in the mountains, unfortunately. We do have slightly higher numbers, so we might be alright. Monthly autonomy change for 10 years. Which is not all that much, really. I don't really want to lose the tax modifier. So we'll take the autonomy, because the autonomy will then tick back down again, so it will go away on its own. So we'll put we'll have the autonomy change. It's probably not the best event, but I don't want to lose the money right now. I'd like to get the rest of my ships upgraded, to be honest. Upgrade ships. A mothballing fleet can't be upgraded, which is a little bit unfair. Let's go and do the heavies then. Get them sorted out. And then we'll have to save up quite a lot of money to do the lights. Well, we did get those guys. Done another conversion. So let's keep these going. Quite a lot of provinces to convert now. Some of them we can't flip because they've all got that religious zeal, especially the Orthodox ones, but we'll do what we can. We haven't looked at the states for a while, or territories. That would make us a tiny bit of money. So let's have a look at the ones that will make us some coin. That one is relatively significant. What else do we have? You would make us not enough. It's not worth it. We'll lose the piety to gain the extra tax money. Well, you're on the coast. I think you're probably worth it. Now, obviously, some of the estates are going to be unhappy now because we've taken additional land. So we'll have to deal with that. That would actually be a loss. That would be almost a loss. That would be a loss. So say some of them are just not worth doing. That would be break even. So how many more are there? Quite a few, actually. Wow. More than I would have expected. That would be making some. That would be... No, I can't be bothered to do anymore. Right. Game 1 base tax somewhere. Can't call you because we're converting or doing something. So, who wants more land? The Ulima. Where do we have that we need to convert, maybe? Some of that is Catholic. What about some of these? Barbera. It's going to be one of these ones that we've taken, isn't it, really? Because these will all need converting. You're not owned by an estate. You're not owned by an estate either. Let's give you over. That was enough. That was enough to make them happy. Let's keep converting. Keep making those Catholics go away. So, we can probably get our last claim on Venice now. Indeed we can. Would be nice to take something from Venice, but unfortunately, with France being the defender of the faith still, just makes it a bit of an impossible task. And they actually quite like Venice, which is unfortunate. How's the other war going on over here? Well, there's a few rebels around, but England still seem to have lost even more stuff. There's some more cores done. Looks like Portugal lost quite a lot of land to Spain. So Spain's gobbled some of that up. So exciting times. Muscovy is massive. Bukhara is quite massive. Obviously Ming exploded a long time ago. Japan is kind of half Japan and half Takeda. So clearly Japan was formed, but one of the daimyos managed to survive, and somehow that daimyo has managed to take most of Japan, because Japan's kind of all broken up into bits and pieces, really. So yeah, Takeda did quite a good job there. He's one of the original daimyos that has managed to sort of take half of Japan. That is really, really weird to see. Korea's also blobbed out a little bit there as well. Still quite a bit of uncolonised land down here that potentially could be grabbed. We're discovering little bits and pieces. Who's down here in India? Does that belong to the Maldives? Who do you actually belong to? You don't belong to anybody in particular, so it doesn't look like England or France is down here. And all this is sort of terra incognita. See, France normally ends up getting down here and getting Madagascar, but now Madagascar starts populated. That generally doesn't happen. So our truce with Oman has ended. So we could quite easily go and fabricate some more claims against them. I mean, I should have been doing that anyway, but we'll go and build a spy network with them. They've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 provinces here, including their capital, and 2 provinces left down here. So we could wipe Oman out quite easily if we wanted to. The thing is, I'm not too bothered about taking these because they're inland. There again, I don't really want to give too much land away to Fezzan now, because Fezzan are getting to the point where they are continually having liberty desire. And I want to avoid them trying to become independent. Now, unfortunately, we can't withdraw their March status without taking a stability hit. In order to do that, you actually need to have influence ideas, I believe. I thought it was influence ideas. Or is it administrative ideas? Ah. Maybe I am wrong. Is it humanist? I've actually lost it. I'm fairly certain there was one that would allow you to withdraw. Is it diplomatic? Yes, diplomatic. Lowered impact on stability from diplomatic actions. So we can actually revoke their March status. So if we wanted to, we could even do that to Crimea. We could revoke Crimea's March status and actually make them and sort of integrate them as a vassal. Because they've not been a particularly great march. They still only have, like, 6 men. I mean, what are you doing? You're culture converting provinces, but you're taking a long time to do that. It's really, really weird. I'm not too sure why Crimea just constantly gets stalled out. I guess the fact that they have constant rebellions has been part of that major problem, really. So still got a lot of things that we could build, but again, I'm really tempted just to sort of save up. We can build some universities and reduce development costs and increase building slots. We've got the new taxation buildings now, of course, and I'd love to be able to get these everywhere. We should probably get one, at the very least, in Constantinople. So let's go and do that. Make a little bit of money back there. So we do have a loan, which is due back in October of 46. So that's not going to get paid off. Lose the stability or lose 700 ducats that we don't have. I will take the stability hit this time around. I want to get out of debt. Most of our rebel factions are actually going away, so what I might do is put the army maintenance down a little bit for a while. We're also losing some of the inflation, which is nice. Recall the diplomat from there. France want to buy some maps from us. An honourable people. Few are the countries in the world who do not claim to value honour and justice, but even fewer are the countries who actually live up to these ideals. However, the lack of large-scale and everyday corruption in Ottomans has made it one of these rare places where principles matter over personal gain. Even abroad, Ottoman expatriates are sought after for positions of trust, as our people are known for adherence to duty and rejecting attempted bribes. Who else can claim to live up to these ideals? Few indeed. Gain 20 prestige. Quite nice. Back up to 96 prestige now. That merchant is still free. What am I going to do with you? So, we are automatically collecting in Constantinople because it is our home node. We are collecting in Ragusa. We are pushing trade from Aleppo. So we probably... See, we don't even have all that much trade power in Ragusa. But we could certainly go and send another one to collect over here from Venice. So let's see how much of a difference that makes. Our current trade is 22.36. More often than not, it's better to push trade than collect trade, because you do get certain bonuses for pushing trade, and you do take a penalty for collecting trade. But so it goes up ever so slightly. We don't really have much control in the... I mean, we do control Venice itself, but there we go. Now we make a significant chunk more. And I'm just wondering if it's worth... Because everything that comes out of here is either going into Constantinople, where we're collecting, or it's going down here into Alexandria. So what we could do is put one in Alexandria and just try and force it all back up to Constantinople. So I might get you transferring, move you from Aleppo, and get you transferring that way. So let's see what difference, if any, that makes. So we were up to 32 something. See, at the minute it's all going out and going up to Genoa, which we don't want it to do. So when the month updates... Now we're making 40. There we go. So we're pushing more of the trade back up into our own nodes. So making a bit more of an impact now. 52 ducats per year. Per month even. 52 ducats per month with the army maintenance down slightly. So that'll pay for our upgrade on our ships. But it is time to end the video there. Hopefully I'll remember to save this time so we won't lose the last few months of gameplay. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4 as the Ottomans. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.